Welcome back to Shed Tune, and we're back in the garage and we're doing another part of the engine build. Today we're tackling the mag housing. The mag housing I've bought is a Lambretta Uni mag housing, and that's what we're going to be building up in a minute. Tools you're going to need to do this job: some heat of some description, a tool for putting in the oil seals, a tool for pushing the bearing in, some Circlip pliers, a mallet, obviously the mag housing, the various bits and pieces. I always put that in the fridge or freezer for a good half an hour before I go to fit them. Makes it slide in to here a lot easier. And some real good high quality melting point grease. So the first thing we're going to do is put some heat into the mag housing, and we're going to use the blowtorch to do that, and then check it with the digital temperature gauge. Right, so we've got it up to a nice good hot temperature. First thing to fit is the oil seal. I'm using MB Race Tool ones, Vuitton style seals. They're probably the best you can get on the market, my favourite. So the spring wants to face the crank, so it'll go in that way. If you put a little bit of grease around the seal to start with, it should help it go in a lot easier. Now remember, this is very hot. There we go, it's gone in nicely. Next bit to go in is the spacer. Remember, this is for GP, and that's going to go, it's like an L shape, and the L shape bit's going to face the top. Then the bearing's going to go in next. Okay, so don't forget, bearing's just coming out of the freezer. It's a 2-part bearing. Don't lose that bit because it's got to go on the crank. Oh, there you go. You can tell it's at the right temperature because it literally just dropped in. Bit to go in is the oil seal again. Don't forget, put a bit of grease around it, and that should go in nicely. And if you've got one of these tools, it just helps it push it in even easier. Okay, so that should sit flush so that the circlip can go in. I'm just going to push it down a bit more. Okay, so I've just had to give it a little tap down, and now that's ready for the circlip to go in. Get your circuit pliers. There you go, and that literally should be a whiz round. And if you're unsure, just give it a little tap with a drift or something to make sure it's right in that recess. So there you go, that's all fitted. So the next thing to do, we'll let it cool down a bit, and then we're going to pack that with grease, but not too much grease. Now it's cooled down a bit, what we can do is start packing the bearing with some grease. Now you ain't got to have too much. On the same token, you don't want too little, so it's just a case of a little bit of a time. There you go, because this is the only lubrication these bearings are going to have. Okay, and if you can see, that's probably about enough in there. Maybe a little bit more just in that bit there. Okay, there we go. So that is your mag housing built. Any questions? Drop some comments below. As always, if you have a look in Sticky's book, there's a full section on building a mag housing and putting bearings in. Right, so there you go. Thanks very much for watching. If you like what we're doing, maybe consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, tell your mates about it, tell them to come and have a look at our channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.